Hello and welcome to Top Shelf. Today we are reviewing the Hero X8 dual motor beast. I will take you through why I purchased the scooter, overall the options out there, as well as unboxing, first impressions, and full review. Timestamps are available in the description, so if you want to go directly to the review portion of the video, then it will be there waiting for you. So first off, why I purchased this scooter over all the others. Man, I did a ton of research, months of research on which one I wanted to buy. And this is a quick rundown of some of the top picks here. Like the Apollo Phantom, it's making a lot of waves, but I just did not want to wait the 2 or 3 months before getting it. I wanted it here, I wanted it now, so I pulled the trigger on something else. The Mantis, it had build quality issues that were after a good amount of use, things started falling apart. That was a big negative for me. I wanted it to last a really long time. The OXO and the Wolf Warrior were too expensive and looked really boxy. The Varla Eagle one actually was my top pick for a long time, but my main concern over that one is the bottom suspension dropped actually below the platform, and reviewers were saying that they were knocking it on curbs, and I was like, oh, I didn't really like that. I was about to pull the trigger on the Varla Eagle one when I asked my buddy Mike what scooter he was having difficulty getting a review unit for, and he pointed me to the Hero X8. And when I first looked at it, I was like, dang, this has everything I want. It's got the solid tires, excellent shocks, dual motors, off-road capability, and hydraulic brakes come standard. So finally, after months of research, I found my scooter, and it only took me 24 hours before I pulled the trigger. A week later, I got it delivered. Mike, I have a story to tell you. It's a sad story. You ready for it?
I'm ready.
My sad story is at 8:30 this morning, the UPS guy showed up at my house. Do you know what the sad part is? I had to go to work.
Oh, yes.
I had to go to work while this thing was sitting in my garage, and I just had to wait, and it was horrible. But guess what?
Your life is tough.
It is tough. It is tough. But the wait is over with. So you've seen plenty of these. Plenty of these boxes. I count no fewer than 20 fragile handle with care stickers. But they are tagged all over the place. No, it's good though. They did a good job. It's got a couple of scratches and stuff on it, but otherwise good handling. So Mike, you've done a lot of these reviews. What are you've seen the spec sheet on this. What are you looking forward to the most?
There's two things. First is with any scooter that has dual motors, always antsy and anxious to test out to see like what kind of power that delivers. Because I've been on some like crazy powerful scooters, so I know this one has dual motors, so it's going to be interesting to see how that delivers. How that gets you up and going. So that's the first thing.
That's right.
And the second one is because it has the off-road, on-road capability. The paved surface, off-road surface, but it also has rubber, solid rubber tires.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've never seen an off-road scooter with solid rubber tires. So I was reading that they said that it can handle the terrain pretty well, pretty good, but that's the thing I'm most interested in is to take this thing off road and see how those tires do, because my experience, tires make all the difference.
Right.
You can load that scooter up with as many shocks as you possibly can, but if you don't have good air-filled tires, then you're going to be hurting. So I'm curious to see how it's going to do.
Yeah. I'm right there with you, for sure. In fact, all of the big wigs, the Varlas, the Apollo, they have air-filled tires. They've chosen to go the air-filled route. So I'm really interested to see how well the solid tires perform.
Me too. And so that's my biggest thing I'm looking forward to testing out.
Yeah, 100%. So tomorrow we're going for a big long ride, right? We're gonna go up the canyon. Hopefully we don't get blown over. Looks like it's gonna be a little bit of wind out there, but hopefully it'll be good. Uh,
Hopefully.
hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
That's right. That's right. Well, dude, have a sweet sleep. I'm gonna unbox this thing and then get it charged up, get it ready to go for tomorrow, and then we'll go for a cruise.
Okay, sounds good. We'll see you tomorrow.
Sweet, man. Later. Bye.
Later.
Unboxing was actually quite straightforward. I didn't find any actual instructions for assembly, although there was a user manual to show the different functions and features. But when I first opened this box up, I was just stunned. Just to see all of those beautiful components and those pieces, to be able to touch them for the first time, it's just a wonderful experience. We've got the standard charge cables, the tool sets, this little reflector guy that goes on the back. But when I first opened it up, I saw these wheels and I was like, dang, look at those beasties. They look sweet. So super excited to get those out there and on the road. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this thing. The latch is solid, no adjustments needed there. It's just beautiful. I just had to stop and get film every time I got a chance because I was just stunned on how beautiful this thing looks. Okay, so I'm a little bit confused here because we've got the handlebars, the brakes, the horn and light look like they're upside down, but then when you go over here, it's like these are definitely upside down, but it's like that's not upside down. And the brakes, they're right here, they're not upside down because that's not the top, that's the bottom. So I think they put these upside down, which would really suck because I need to pull them off. Lame. I actually found out that pulling off the handlebars was actually pretty easy, or the handle grips was pretty easy. Just pulling off the handle grips, sliding off the brakes, and then flipping the other components upside down or right side up was a lot easier than initially thought. Last step was just simply binding the wires. They did come with not zip ties, but Velcro ties included, which are really nice. The last component that I had difficulty with was actually the light. So you're supposed to attach it to that bottom nut there, and I could not get that nut off. I tried with power tools and different tools to try to get it off, and I got about halfway, but it just wouldn't come any further than that. So I actually attached it to the top nut instead. I also found this little piece stuck in the styrofoam. I'm really glad that I found it because it was part of the key assembly that holds the key component in place. Oop, breaking stuff.
What's happening, dude?
Hey, brother! I'm recording you now, is that all right?
I missed you so much.
I miss you too, Mike. I miss you too. You want to see it?
Let's see it.
All right, let's go. You're a goofball.
That looks sweet. Rubber tires, huh?
Yeah,
Well, we shall see. Those are big old fatties, though.
they are fatties. I open up the box, I'm like, whoa, those are fat tires.
Yeah.
PHAT, right?
It's got to be, yeah. So have you even taken this outside yet?
Nope.
What?
It's just been hanging out in here with me,
Man.
giving it some TLC.
TLC. Did you like sleep with it last night? Put it in your bed? You know, that's what I do with all my scooters. I open it up and
Yeah,
let
yeah.
that go, and I just hold it. For
Just
a little
cuddle
while.
it. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
that makes sense.
That's cool looking though. That's sweet. Well, handles. You got the handlebars figured out then?
Yeah, yeah. I actually had to pull out the handlebars all the way off of the bar, switch them around, and then put the handlebars back on. Or
Oh, you had
put
to undo this
the
then?
grips. No, I pulled the grips all the way off,
Oh, really?
and then yeah.
Interesting.
So that wasn't much fun.
No.
But-
No. These they feel kind of hydraulic brakes actually.
They are hydraulic brakes.
Nice. Well, sweet, dude. Let's take it out.
All right, yeah.
Okay, Matthew. This is it.
Oh man, I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this all week. The very first ride on the Hero X8, and I don't have any limiters on this thing, so I'm just gonna let it rip.
Do it.
And it's sweaty. So I'm just gonna loop and then
I like it. You like?
I like it a lot. Holy crap, I love power.
Yeah, I think it took off on you.
So I'm used to, a little backstory, I'm used to the eMove Cruiser. And it only has one single motor. I think it's the same size motor, but with the dual motors and the double the power, picks it up.
Sweet. Good purchase.
Yeah, that's a good one. And it's solid too. Holy crap, the stem is solid, everything. Brakes are beautiful. Love it.
Okay.
You want to go for a ride?
Yeah.
All
The Hero 8 is on a whole everything.
right. It's on number 3.
Number 3. Well, we got it. Okay, there's dual motors there. Rock and roll. Oh, we're filling out.
Oh, I did?
That was like riding in heaven on a fluffy pillow of feathers.
I love it.
No, dude, the acceleration is awesome. One of the better ones for that. So it can get up and go. You love the turbo mode. You love the dual motors. It's a lot of fun. Brakes are super nice too. Hydraulic brakes. You can never go wrong there. So tires, I gotta get a little used to the tires. So I was turning on this blacktop road and slid out a tiny bit when making a sharp turn. But other than that, it's a killer ride. I'm excited to take this thing off road and see what she can do.
Yeah. One more time.
Prepare yourself.
Oh, that is so loud.
Wow, that is way loud.
See, I'm kind of the person that likes the little tingy bells, and I may install a little tingy bell, because when I'm passing somebody, it's like, hey, excuse me, I just want to pass by. Can you pass by? But this horn is like, get out the way.
Get out the way. It's like a fire truck coming through.
That's right.
Hey, you got a powerful scooter, you need a powerful horn.
That's true. You can't have a powerful scooter without a powerful horn.
You're gonna want to delete that.
Here we have Michael in his natural habitat.
Be careful not to disturb me.
That's right. I think this is a good time to tell you about Mike's YouTube channel. It's Electric Revolution, and he reviews tons and tons of different electric skateboards and scooters and bikes, anything electric. And he also has a website that's really rad, does all the comparisons there. It's really, really good stuff. So definitely go check it out. I will put a link in the description. Definitely worth a visit. So after Mike got done with all of his tests in the marina, we went up the canyon for our first long ride, and it was amazing. So maybe this is a good time to tell you about our discoveries. I'm going to jump right in to why I'm most excited about this scooter, the off-road capabilities. This thing has power, and it will keep on climbing even when the tires aren't gripping anymore. It'll just keep on going. I've even tested it out on some muddy roads, and it performs like a champ. See that eMove Cruiser right there? That was the farthest it made it up, and see just how easily I made it up with this slick, sloppy road.
Yeah, look at that.
I wanted to keep going up the road, but that means I would have left my friend behind. The tires are fantastic for the hard road, but I would give it an 8 out of 10 for the off-road capabilities, which, kind of when you think about it, it makes for a good balanced tire, mainly because any more aggressive tire would be difficult on hard surfaces. They are solid tires, which is a plus for me because it only takes one time to get a flat tire 15 miles away from your vehicle to go with anything different. Although there's a big trade-off, and my friend Mike goes into great detail on why he doesn't like them in his video, so definitely go check it out. The trade-off is the ability to grip roads as well as air-filled tires. It takes a little bit of hit, and the shock absorption takes kind of a big hit, actually. This is probably a good time to mention the shocks. So, due to the solid tires, these shocks have to work overtime to compensate, and that's where they fall a little short. However, and I need to emphasize this, the maker of the Hero X8, they're going to be sending me new shocks that are supposed to have bigger springs, better shock absorption. They wanted me to postpone this review until after I receive those new shocks, so I bet they're really proud of them. This is going to be awesome, and I'm really glad for it because they're listening very closely to their customers, and they're willing to ship these new shocks to their customers free of charge, which is pretty cool. I think that's pretty amazing because it shows their dedication to their customers. So I'll do a follow-up video once I install the new shocks. So if you want to see how those new shocks perform, then like, subscribe, hit the notify button, and that way you will know when the video is posted. The rest of the stuff you will find on the Hero X8 are pretty common in a lot of scooters. Although many of these upgrades, like the nut hydraulic brakes, the color display, the thumb and finger throttle, the echo mode, and the dual motor are pretty standard. The horn is super crazy loud, as you saw before, and the light buttons. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the lights. They definitely do the job. If someone doesn't see you on the road with the lights like this, then they shouldn't be driving at night. The front light is super bright, as you can see, and the side lights would be right at home in the nighttime neon street race, if you know what I mean. You can control the lights using an app on your phone to change the color and how differently they flash. Did I mention the horn is super loud? The last thing I want to mention is how solid the construction is. I came from the eMove Cruiser, which was plagued with a wobbly stem, and you can actually see that in the 300-mile review on the eMove Cruiser, which you should check out here. But the stem on this thing is rock solid. In fact, when we were riding off-road in this amazing trail, the only noises I could hear were coming from Mike riding behind me on the eMove Cruiser. Nothing was coming from the X8. So no noises coming from the Hero X8, and it was glorious. So, in summary, to sum everything up, it has rock solid construction. It has amazing power, amazing braking capabilities with hydraulic brakes. The lights are really cool. Almost perfect off-road capability, almost perfect. And I'm excited to get the new shocks to put on and test them out really thoroughly. Tires have some trade-offs which I'm willing to take, and the horn is overly loud. So overall, fantastic scooter. I've super duper enjoyed it, and it's amazing. I love it. It's my plan to do a 300-mile review on this scooter, so make sure you hit that notification button for that one. Also, Mike and I were talking about the possibility of starting a podcast. What do you guys think? Maybe get a person that's involved in the making of the Hero X8 to talk about their scooter. Is that something you guys would find entertaining? I don't know. We're just trying to fill it out and see what you guys want. Let me know in the comments section below. Thank you everybody for watching. You guys rock. Later.